Hey folks, this is Phil Coe, the Graybeard Aviator. Thank you for coming back to my channel today. We're going to go over some of the steps to becoming a pilot. And before the video is over, I'm going to give you maybe a little different angle from what you might find on the internet and let you decide that for yourself. So before you do anything, I'm going to recommend to you to go out and take a discovery flight. Now, some flight schools, some airports will do this for, $100, $200. It's not going to be a big amount, but it's going to be worth your while. You're going to get to actually fly the aircraft in most cases, get a feel of what it's going to be like, see if it's even going to be something you're going to enjoy. But as always, I want to encourage you to step out there, get out of your comfort zone, and give it a try. Let's do this together. So the first thing you're going to do, besides taking your discovery flight, is you're going to enroll in a ground school. Now, we'll go into that in more depth, but for now, that's going to be your first step. Find a ground school and an instructor that can teach you, or find a ground school online. That's what I've done, and I'm pretty pleased with the results so far. And I'll tell you about that a little later. In probably our next video, we're going to go in depth for each of the steps. The second thing you're going to want to do, and some people may say the first thing, is get a medical exam, which is certified with an FAA examiner. You've got to be approved and get a certificate to get a private pilot's license. Now, if you know your health and you feel like you're in very good condition and nothing that you know right off the top that's going to give you issues, you can forego that until you finish your ground school. But a lot of people recommend you go ahead and do that first. That way you're not knocked out after putting the work into it. If you're going to become a sport pilot, it's not required. All you have to have is your driver's license, but we'll talk about that a little more in depth also. I recommend you get your private pilot's license. It gives you the opportunity to fly at night if need be, to take longer trips, certain airspaces you can't fly in with a sports pilot's license. So find you a good ground school and then get signed up and get going. Get started on this thing. There's lots of places online that you can get into if you can't find an airport nearby that will start you into your ground school. Now, if you take a ground school at your nearby airport, you'll need to hire an instructor, and he or she will walk you through a more detailed example of some of the things that will be on your written exam. You can also do this online, and this is what I recommend, because you're, first of all, not paying an instructor for his or her time, and you can always go back at your pace, look at something maybe you've missed or something you don't understand. There's thousands of YouTube videos out there on any subject that you can find on this written exam that will help explain it a little more in detail at your pace. So I'm going to recommend you do this online. Now, sometimes when you take your ground school, it will be included on your training, your actual flight training. You'll go and do some flights and come in that afternoon, debrief, and sit down and start your ground school. But if you're doing it online, you'll be far ahead of that. So now the third step you're going to need to do is find a CFI in your local area. CFI stands for Certified Flight Instructor. And that CFI will get you started. They're going to actually get you some airtime. And for a private pilot license, you're going to need a minimum of 40 hours. For a sport license, it's 20 hours. Your check ride is your next step. For a check ride, you're going to hire someone out to come out and examine you in the air to see what you've learned, see how well you perform certain maneuvers. And then, if you pass that, they will certify you to become a pilot. All right, to recap, what we're going to do, our steps, is take our discovery flight, sign up for a ground school, either in person or online, And then you're going to start your actual training and start gaining your hours. You will then need a check ride, and then you will need to pass your written exam. You can actually take this written exam before you do any of this. You pass your written exam, be signed off by an FAA approved person that will go up and do your check ride. You'll then earn your pilot's license certificate. Now, how long will this take? Some people, if they have time, can do this in as little as 2-3 weeks. But more than likely, you're looking at 3 to 6 months. And that is determined by how much time you actually have to put into it, how much you're able to fly each week, how many hours you're able to put into your in-air training. All right, that's going to wrap it up. Thank you for coming out to the Graybeard Aviator channel. I'm Phil Coe. I'd love to see you in our upcoming videos where we're going to go through each step individually, more detailed and more in depth. And please comment, ask questions. I'd like to help you, and you can help me along the way. So, until next time, see you in the skies.